Chris Broussard on this NCAA Monday. Let's kick some ass.
You know who feels like they got kicked in the backside?
Well, who's that?
Auburn! And they did, Rob Parker. As excited as I am about tonight's game, I also have a heavy heart for the Auburn Tigers.
Really?
And it's not that they were called for a foul on Kyle Gay's three-point attempt with, 2 seconds, 1 second left, whatever it was.
Because that was a foul.
That was a foul.
And
I
you know
have no
what?
problem whatsoever
Even
with that.
Auburn's biggest fan, Charles Barkley, said, that's a foul.
It was a foul.
I mean, come on.
It was a foul.
Because they kept saying about the controversial call, and I was like, I know it happened at the end, but was it controversial? I thought
now,
that was...
I will say this, Rob.
What, did they blow the whistle?
If they didn't make the call, I would not be up in arms saying, oh, he got fouled. But it was a legitimate foul.
That was a foul. It wasn't like after the fact. He called it immediately.
Right.
You know, we've seen that with a late whistle where they think about it for a couple seconds and then blow the whistle. This was right on cue, and then they had the former referee come on and explain it, Chris, and he was spot on. Do we have it? Let's hear this.
As Todd Jerome is bringing the ball up the court, he accidentally bumps the ball, as we can see, off with his back foot. Now, it's not touched the defender. He then repossesses this ball with both hands. That ends his dribble.
Oh, that's the other one.
And he makes the decision to dribble again, which by rule is a double dribble.
That's the call.
It's a tough judgment play, you know. And if
I thought we had the other one.
That's Gene's territory. That's the call I'm upset about.
Okay.
It was a clear double dribble. When you saw it, when I saw it, I knew something was wrong. It didn't click double dribble, but I was like, he can't do that.
I thought to myself right away, not second guess, first guess, something didn't look right there. I knew something had happened and they missed it. And here we go again with referees missing stuff. And I get it, Chris. I mean, I don't understand how you got three guys out there with three sets of eyes, and then watching and listening to the game, nobody on the broadcast brought it up.
And shame on them. That's been being used as an excuse for the officials. Oh, no, none of us knew. We're all, obviously Grant Hill's a great player.
They're all watching the game. They got to look and go, that's a double dribble.
Right. That's not an excuse because you didn't see it. You're not paid to judge calls like a referee.
But you're an analyst. You're not just watching the game.
My point is, don't give me that as an excuse. None of us knew, so,
No, you know what a double dribble is. Yes,
right. He picked the ball up with two hands and
started dribble again. That was a new dribble.
That's terrible.
The ball didn't hit the other guy.
Right.
The guy didn't hit. He didn't hit the other person. If the ball hit off of him, then he could do it.
Right.
Right, because then the ball's fresh.
I'm more upset about this play than I was about the New Orleans, one of the worst calls, if not the worst.
No,
in
you're
NFL
not.
history.
I'm not buying that.
I'll tell you why. The New Orleans call against the Rams.
That's a worse call.
I agree. That was a worse call. However, I took the view that it had evened out because, as you remember, a few possessions before, Jared Goff on third
nobody
down.
Nobody in New Orleans remembers it.
Right. But he's face mask on like the 1 yard line. Would have been first and goal for the Rams.
And remember, they scored a field goal, and they could have punched it in.
Right,
and
they could have ended the game. So I kind of felt like, you know what? And both of them, I believe, were in obviously the last call, but in the fourth quarter, they evened out. Whereas there was nothing to even out. I mean, I get it that people make mistakes. This is an egregious mistake. These kids work their tails off to get to that point. The coaches work their tails off to get to that point. And you have some referees blow a basic double dribble call? I'm sorry. I'm upset. And Bruce Pearl, let's hear how Bruce Pearl, the Auburn coach, handled it. He was
the biggest point I want to make, and I'm sincere in this, I'm not just saying it's because it's politically the right thing to say. There is human error involved in the game. Kids make mistakes. Coaches make mistakes. Yes, officials will make mistakes. That's part of the game. Get over it. Sometimes they're going to go your way. Sometimes they're not going to go your way. Are we going to give God less glory because we lost? And it's only because we win. It's only when we win we give him the glory. Stop. Grow up. This is part of the game.
props to Bruce Pearl.
Me too. I love that.
I much prefer
that was
the way
on
he's
ESPN's
handling
Get
it.
Up, right?
Yeah, on ESPN. Yep. I much prefer the way he's handling it than Sean Payton from New Orleans.
Yeah.
However,
Sean Payton went crazy, and then he wore the
Goodell shirt, the
clown shirt, and he wouldn't let it go.
But I'm going to go to bat for Bruce Pearl and those kids from Auburn. And I get it. Jared Harper, was it? Missed a free throw that could have put him up 4.
Which was a big play.
Yeah, I mean he had made 17 straight. I get it
and
all.
at the end of the game, you can't foul a guy. Chris,
right.
I'm going to sit here.
You got to just jump forward.
Straight up.
Or straight up or –
you
like
can't
the
change.
angle he came from, you ran right into the kid. You got to jump. You contest the shot.
Because if that guy makes that shot in that situation, you tip your cap.
Right.
But you can't send that guy who's like a 90-something free throw.
81%, 82%,
right?
Yeah. And give him credit, Kyle Guy.
And he got up there and knocked down all 3, but you don't want it to be like that. Let the guy make a shot, and that's something as coaching, you got to be able to get it. And I know that kid feels terrible, have to live with that. But I'm not – I get it.
That's kind of why, just like what I brought up about New Orleans and the Rams in that game, if they had not called the foul, Rob, again, I kind of would have felt like it evened out, because you got away with the double dribble.
Yeah, but that foul was a foul at the end.
It was definitely a foul.
And
it wasn't
glad,
like he mauled the guy.
No, but
that's why I say if it was a non-call, I wouldn't have been all up in arms.
I just think that we should just call a game. If a guy makes a foul in the first quarter, it's a foul. Guy makes a foul in the last 2 seconds, it's a foul. You shouldn't let people, because we see it all the time, especially with Hail Marys. When they throw it in the end zone. Well, I'm just saying, but
they actually give them, they judge that differently.
But the one thing you can't do, though, Chris,
especially now, you got to do it with these new rules.
But you can't pull somebody down. Is my point. Is that in the end zone you can't do that?
But there's going to be
contact is fine, but I'm just talking about you can't blatantly foul somebody, and that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying, Rob, is put in a sky judge. I'm tired of it. Last 2 minutes of a game. If there's
but what
an
if there's a big play in 4 minutes in the game? But I'm asking you.
Tough.
So just
you can't
just
do
2
everything.
minutes.
I'm just saying the last 2 minutes, whatever. This cannot go on. There should be somebody that's watching the TV, watching the replays, and has the power, maybe a group of guys
but haven't we seen,
that can overrule something like this.
Haven't we seen replays that look obvious to us also not go?
Look, we're human beings. Right. I get that. There's going to be human error in every single thing.
Right.
However,
look over in the other side of the glass. Every day we got human errors, but we don't mind.
We have
Those
the
guys
technology.
Are good guys.
And this stuff shouldn't be allowed. We shouldn't have bad calls like that. Horrible calls, not even a bad call. Horrible calls determining games now that we have the technology. That's all I'm saying.